Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning and, for that matter, a great day, or more likely, good evening. I've had a pretty busy day today, so I'm gonna be recording and uploading pretty late today, later than I'm normally used to. Or according to some good people, I'm sure as much as I am used to, because I have a very inconsistent schedule of when I upload. Anyway, today, as you can see, I'm planning on playing more Vampire Survivors. I wanted to just, have a relaxing run on the new character I unlocked. I actually took the time, grinded up the gold, and took the effort and unlocked this character. They're a dragon, which is really cool. They have a unique new weapon type that I don't think I've seen on a lot of the other weapons. I would love to do like a one weapon challenge with limit break, just because that sounds fun. Just test how this weapon is. To my knowledge, what it does, according to the weapon description, is it fires three random projectiles. Yeah, fires three projectiles at a random enemy, which is pretty good. Overall, I'd say it's pretty alright. I would also like to unlock the Forbidden Scroll. I don't necessarily know what map that would be on. My guess it would be probably on Capella Magna, because they haven't had a lot of unlockable items on Capella Magna. I probably want to go to the beginning here, just for the extra projectile. Is it on Capella Magna? I don't think it is, so quit out on Capella Magna, apparently. Okay, so this item's very unique. It has its own things required to deal with it. I could try to do the Bone Zone. One item, Dragon Limit Break on the Bone Zone? I mean, might as well. Sounds fun. I haven't actually done the Bone Zone before. To my knowledge, the Bone Zone is a area with tons of skeletons of all shapes and different varieties. Also, to my knowledge, the bracelet item that, I'm using on the dragon here, when it's at max level, it sort of evolves. I don't know if it has multiple evolutions or if it's like, just random. Yeah. The Bone Zone. This area, I'm pretty sure, only has exclusively enemies that are like skeleton oriented. I mean, it makes a lot of sense that it would. Also, this weapon does make a lot of thematic sense for a dragon to have, being like, it looks like dragon breath. I think they probably took that into account. I want to definitely get a bit more overpowered secondary items that may help me out. And the reason why I think this item just evolves is if you open up the grimoire, you can notice in the bottom right that it just one ring turns into two rings, which turns into four rings, which probably means that this item requires you to, collect enough of the rings that are collect enough levels, and then those levels directly correlate into rings. Overall, I'd say this weapon isn't the most strong weapon in the game. I definitely love the design of this character, thinking it's one of my favorite, hands down. I would say my favorite, however, is probably the Guitar Girl. Also, this character is very interesting, upping the curse rating per level that I obtain. So every single time I get a level, this character gets harder. I really didn't stack this in my favor by any means, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think a little hard run every once in a while is, pretty good. Also, the bone zone is just a unique area, and I want to give it more, you know, emphasis. But yeah, no, this is how you unlock the new scroll item. Pretty good item overall. I would say nothing to complain about. Just in general, pretty good, pretty good. I don't think duration up would really help. It might help with like the pierce. This weapon has a subtle pierce to it. I don't think it necessarily would pierce enough enemies to make the duration actually matter though. If it had like a higher pierce to it, then obviously going for the super high pierce would be hands down the best thing. But since it doesn't have the high pierce, I'm like, you know, it just pierces one enemy and it's a random enemy, meaning it can be any enemy on the screen that it is targeting, which has its own upsides and downsides because, you know, an item like this does. I'm sure that the future evolves are probably stronger, like a lot stronger. I mean, it is very thematic that this dragon has like, that it shoots out 3 little fireballs and those fireballs are all themed after, you know, one of the heads. I like that. I like that. I think it's kind of funny, kind of nice. But yeah, overall, I would say that this is a pretty chill run. Why is that skeleton glowing yellow? Do I dare make the joke that it's the piss skeleton? I don't think I do, but you know, there's some low-hanging fruit right there for you guys if you wanna. Yeah, no, it's the piss skeleton. Let's be honest. It's the piss skeleton. I don't know what's the deal with it. Maybe that's the elite color of this floor, in which I would not have picked orange, especially not a bright orange, like a bright yellowy orange. That just makes me think of piss. I don't know why. I'd argue that most piss is not that color, but why am I ranting about the color of piss? I don't know. It's more of like flames anyway. But I really like the design of this character. I think it's pretty good. I don't think their weapon is overpowered, and I think this run might come to struggle because I am going through a bit of an overly difficult run for no reason. I'm purposely making this super hard on me for absolutely zero reason. Like, I could make this way easier by, you know, taking more items, not locking myself to one item. Sure, I have limit break. Limit break one item is pretty good. You know, getting that one item, if it's a good item, it can be a really game-changing moment when you have that one item and it's just absolutely insane. But in this case, I think it's more of a crippling thing to have one item limit break on such a volatile item. It'd be like having one item limit break on pentagram. Just not good vibes. Not good vibes. Not good vibes at all. But yeah, there we go. There's the 6. And suddenly, yes, as I thought, yeah, now fires 3 projectiles at a random enemy, but twice over. So, you know, each time it gets a little bit stronger. You know, it goes from a pretty weak weapon to suddenly you might notice that, you know, and especially if I get this weapon to stupidly high, you know, if I evolve it enough and get it to a high level, you'll start to realize that this is one of the stronger weapons in the game at the cost of my sanity. 'Cause early on, this has been absolutely trash. And I'm going to die. I need to play a little bit more quick and risky. I would expect there to be a little bit more healing. I guess there is no healing on this map. That would make sense. This is the bone zone. You know, there's no niceties in the bone zone. I gotta keep moving. Can't let them close in on me. Especially with all these curse, because, you know, this character, the more I get benefited, the more curse I get. Once again, such a brutal thing. And they try to offset it with my stats being really good. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like this character has insane HP stat and other things that make him really strong. But like overall, I'd still argue that it's a net downside. It's llama all over again. And there's my first death. I really want to make it by just running this one item now. I'm like half determined. I'm sure that if I picked better passive items, maybe. I definitely need a bit more defense than offense here. Sure, the ability to kill everything is nice. But like, I don't really think spinach is really, you know, saving my life here. If anything, it's probably damned it. Tracked orb's nice and all, but once again, it falls into the same thing where I don't think I'm getting enough value out of it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to rerun this. Oh, I have more revives? Oh, this character starts with extra revives because they have extra heads. This character would be insane with, Awake. I can't even imagine. This character with Awake and guns. Ooh, terrifying sight. It does kind of suck that the bone zone has no healing. This is kind of, you know, I said, hey, I'm going into a chill run. This isn't very much a chill run. I'm just acting like it's all fine. You know, deep down, we all know that the suffering and pain is never gonna end. My poor dragon heart is going to die, alone and afraid in this cave full of bones. So when do I get the flamethrower? Like, that's gotta be like the final evolve, right? It just turns into a flamethrower and starts like blasting everything, right? Right, guys? Right? There's an upside, right? This character isn't just all downsides. I mean, they're a cool dragon. I gotta admit, the dragon is pretty cool. I love their design. I love the like angel wings on them too. Like, they're not just a dragon. You got the elements of the holy church of Capella Magna and other things, other aspects of that connected with it. I need to be playing a bit better. I'm kind of dying. Oh, it's all over. I've given up. Yep, no. I think I need to just pick better items. I'm gonna go in again. Go dragon with guns. Dragon with guns sounds hilarious. That sounds like a 90s rock band. Yes, today's performance is by Dragons with Guns. Okay. Bump that up to 3. And let's go. Yeah, let's try to go back to the bone zone. Okay, the beginning. Pretty good item. I'd say that Arcana is one of my favorites, at least. I'm gonna definitely try to go guns here. Fire Breath can hold, like, Bracelet can hold out for a while on its own. Especially Beginning Bracelet. The Beginning Bracelet. I know that sounds a bit confusing, but like, the beginning as in like, the separate item. But getting Evolved Gun here is probably my best bet. Just because, you know, Evolved Gun's pretty strong on this character, I'd say. I don't want any of these items. Duplicator's pretty nice. I'll take a duplicator. I don't know if duration really affects guns at all? I think it does. I think it's how long it like shoots for, which is pretty good overall. I'd say that's probably really good. I'm at the point where my items are at least not only giving me like 2 options. Pretty good, pretty good. There's a gun. I do have to remember to take tiramisu to get the extra 2 revives, and because it's actually required to get the union I'm talking about. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about an item that requires passive items. Ooh. Not just going pure bracelet here. Dragon with guns. Actually, just an insanely good combo on this character, especially if I manage to get Awake. I probably should have just taken Awake. Also, Awake on this character is pretty good because that's a ton of stats up after dying. Because you can die a total of like 3 times if you have the one in the shop. That's like actually really good. What am I gonna want as my like mysterious extra item that I get for after I have both guns evolved? I don't know. Like what's a good item on its own? I guess I'm just gonna try to work with whatever item that I can get the evolve of from the passives that I decide to take. Whether that be this, that. They just recommended me bone on the bone zone. I'm not actually surprised, but like, I see what you guys are doing. You're not getting past me. I'm well aware. I have eyes, even if I can't see. I'm blind as a bat. But bat can actually use echolocation, so I'm probably blinder than a bat. I mean, dude, when people ask me to look for things, I'm always like, dude, I can't see. What do you want about? Why are you even trying to get me to look for something? And they're like, yeah, you're kind of bad at finding things. I'm like, yeah, I'm blind as hell. What do you expect? Definitely take guns. I'm not necessarily like actually blind though, but I'm just a bit unaware of my surroundings, you could say. And I'm also pretty blind. A side effect of not being able to see very well out of my eyes. It sucks that I lost a life there, because, you know, that means one less death beam from the all-powerful gun ray. But like, overall I'm not the most concerned about it. Don't tell anyone, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm not caring so much about the ultimate death ray of having 80 billion shots. I don't even think I'm gonna make it through this run, to be honest. Just judging by how everything is currently going in my favor, or in this case, the lack thereof going in my favor. Especially since I'm taking absolutely tons of damage and I don't have any way to heal it off. Maybe maybe there's certain things that I should do or change, or maybe I just can't do the bone zone. Maybe I should try out a different map on this character. I mean, the bone zone is a challenge stage for good reason. This is a very challenging stage. But, yeah, no. Dragon these crates across the floor. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I'm just trying to survive here, and I'm sort of zoning out. I don't think it's happening this time. It was a tiny bit better having a little bit of extra DPS from the guns, even if it didn't exactly result in me getting a win. It was definitely well appreciated. Dude, at least I'm gonna be able to show off what the ultimate bracelet form looks like. The Tri-Lit bracelet. Ooh, that looks really cool and somewhat strong, but also kind of underwhelming for a weapon that took 3 weapon evolves. Gotta remind people, three whole weapon evolves, and I'm still dying. Yeah, no, I'm still dead. I got 1 more revive. I don't know, maybe it will come in clutch, and suddenly everything will just make sense. And my decision to pick guns in this race of I'm probably going to die will make sense, and it all adds up, and my brain is frying because I'm dying so quickly. Oh god. I needed defensive items. But I wanted tiramisu. I'll admit it. The gun is great. Or the dragon is great. I love the dragon, but I have to try out I have to try out all 6 weapons. I know it's tragic. I actually get a lot of benefit out of their passive this way, but also some of you who are more observant might have noticed I have Wicked Seasons unlocked. I accidentally unlocked it. This changes, it doubles all of your stats of greed, luck, curse every couple of intervals. So it switches between, you know, greed, luck, growth, which is a cool concept if it wasn't absolutely deadly. I'm gonna go awake here. I know I've been going beginning, but going awake, you know, extra revives. It's pretty good on this character overall, I would say, you know, since this character already has so many revives. And I'm definitely gonna have to go guns here, especially if I manage to survive. Dude, guns? Ooh, with this combo? Like, super maxed out guns? Am I gonna really go area of effect? I don't really think I am. None of these items really scale really well with it, other than guns. I mean, guns scale okay with it, I'll admit. But I don't use King Bible enough. Let's be honest, King Bible needs a little bit more love from me. I like diss it so often because it's such a mediocre item. Can you guys give me a good item? Like, okay. I mean, none of those items were particularly horrible for this, but I was kind of looking for something else. I could have gone with Fire Wand. Fire Wand's a good choice in almost any run you do. So is Rune Tracer. I guess if I see Fire Wand again, then I'm obligated to pick it up. And if I see Rune Tracer, same goes for it. But yeah, no. I definitely was trying to look for red gun there. I don't know. I felt like burning 2 of my rerolls very early on. What's the cooldown reduction of this character? Only 5? It feels a lot more than 5, but maybe I just haven't played with King Bible in so long. I wouldn't put it past me. King Bible is one of those items that it's like, it feels good to use, but in what scenario do you take King Bible over like Garlic? In the end, Garlic's gonna actually help you a lot more, just due to the like double healing arcana. I could do a double union build here. That would be kind of cool with like Gemini. I don't think like it would be the best, especially since I already have every other slot filled up, but you know, it'd also be cool. The bracelets, by the way, I'm pretty sure are unlocked by default. Or when you unlock this character, you automatically unlock bracelets on all characters. I don't know which it is. But the bracelets, I would say, pretty good item. You know, if you just want a free slot for something that does damage, and relatively well at that, like overall, I'd say this is a solid item, like one of the more solid items in the game. Because it doesn't take very much to evolve. It doesn't take a passive item slot, which is sometimes you just want a really good passive item to work with stuff, but you also want like a certain item or you want a certain build to work, but you need something else to just fill a slot. Dude, bracelets is there for you. It will take a couple of your chests, you know, two entire chests to max out. But sometimes that's good enough. Sometimes you just want a good chest item. But, yeah, no. Overall, I would recommend bracelets to most people. I don't know if it's my favorite item in the game, but I think that still has to go to the red whip. But overall, pretty solid item. This is definitely one of my more favorite characters so far. Even now, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, it's such a good character design. I love the dragons. And they're like, it's essentially like the Hydra, you know? It's like the triple-headed Hydra, which I'm pretty sure had 4 heads. So it's not really like the Hydra. It's just like a dragon with 3 heads. I don't know. Maybe in some folklores it has 3 heads. I wouldn't know. Also, I don't know if this character's passive even works on this map. Like, I know it works on this map, but like, I don't know if it is undermined by the map itself. Because a big thing about most maps is the time at which you get your evolves is very crucial. And in this case, the character passive of, oh yeah, I get evolves whenever I feel like, whenever I open a chest. Sure, it leads to me playing of a very certain manner that I don't think is very I don't feel like it's very helpful towards me. Like, being able to evolve from any chest is both a blessing and a curse. I would definitely say, you know, overall, bracelets, one of my favorite items. This character design, pretty good. I might just really like bracelets because I really like this character and I just want a reason to play this character, and bracelets is, you know, it's a fun item. And this character's not overpowered, luckily. A lot of the characters I like are either like, you know, this character's stupidly overpowered and it's a secret character. Or in this case, this character's pretty secret, but like, it's not that bad. Like, this character is pretty good, but like, they're not brokenly good, which changes a lot of the way I see it. You know, I don't like playing broken characters in games. I don't like making the game purposefully easier on myself. I do respect making things simpler and more smooth and work better for me and exploit the systems that I have in place to make it easier on me. But I'm not the type of person where I like to make, I don't like, if I have the option of changing the difficulty, most of the time I won't change the difficulty, I'll just change what I'm doing, right? I'll change my playstyle. Maybe this just has to do with me being a Dark Souls player and this concept of easier difficulty doesn't necessarily mean better gameplay. Sometimes the challenge is a good thing. You know, I love doing challenge runs in some of my favorite games. I've done it before. And I think I'll probably do it in the future if any game out there has like a pretty good challenge that I like playing. Other than like, you know, some of the games that I record just for fun. that sucks. I hate dying. But, you know, I feel like that's a statement that most people could get behind. I hate dying. Wow. I really came up with a good one there, guys. But yeah, no. Overall, I would say that difficulty is a complicated thing for most people. But I like overcomplicating things. I like making things more difficult for me. Not in the sense that, like, I'm not someone who enjoys the aspects of torturing myself using a video game. I want it to be fun. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm being boned, honestly. For being called the Bone Zone, I think it's pretty apt. The Bone Dragons especially are not my friend. Like, they are brutal. I don't think Magic Wand could save me here, guys. I honestly don't think I have much long to live. But every death does make me stronger, and I will stand a little taller. And, you know, don't want to say anything else because copyright. Woo. Copyright's a fun thing. I've never actually been copyright struck by a major corporation, and I like to keep it that way. I mean, I'm sure that my small size definitely helps with that one. Eventually, I'm sure I will be big enough that it will not be the case that I can say that statement with full assurance that it's not going to happen tomorrow. But I'm sure that some corporations just want a bit of my money for even referencing them. Because don't you know they're entitled to my money because they exist in a world where I reference something and they own that thing that I reference, so it's immediately their content. Stupid content. It's a stupid concept, you know? But I don't feel like that's a very hot take. Very cold take. Copyright is somewhat of an ancient thing at this point. I don't feel like most people would say that it isn't, but you know, it's yeah, you gotta know what you stand for, and I stand for good, smart copyright, which isn't something that's very easy to implement. So I can't exactly be critical of the platform that I am on. I know that they're just trying to do what makes them the most money, so they can appease the people who constantly force them to need money. What do I want here? Gun. I'm gonna die again. Life is so hard when all you do is die. I don't know. If it doesn't end up being successful and I don't manage to do what I'm doing, I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time talking to you guys. Apparently I picked up the perfect gem to just get everything all at once. Oh, I didn't know. Did you guys know Green Death is on here? Stalker is just actively on this. And they're fast as heck, dude. What the hell? Stalker. Also, why did I take this item? Dude, Stalker. Ah! Ah! They're so fast! Ah! Dude, I said you were the weakest Reaper a couple times. I'm so sorry. Ah! 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 Oh my god, they're so fast! What do I do? What can I do? They're so fast. Oh my god. Ah! Get away from me! Ah, keep running away! Oh, he's gone. Or they're gone. I don't know the gender of it, but oh my goodness. There goes another one of my lives. I have one left. Okay. I guess 2 technically, because 0 is also a life. But oh my goodness. Oh, my heart. My poor innocent heart. Oh. Oh. The bone zone. Definitely want to bone your zone. Oh god, like that was oh. Please give me Unholy Vespers. Please and thank you. I understand why this map references that a lot, is the please give me Unholy Vespers. I understand now. I don't know if guns I'm gonna get a lot of use out of you anymore now that I only have 1 revive, but guns are still one of the strongest weapons in the game, so I can't undercredit them. You know, they are incredibly strong, but like in the same right, like I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Dying is bad, especially when most of my DPS from guns comes from my lives. I guess I did take Awake, so I at least get benefit from losing all those lives, so it's not like I didn't get anything out of it, but there's Tiramisu. Maybe I can get up to at least 2 extra lives? I know that sounds like a small, tiny aspect of it, but like having 2 extra lives, pretty good overall. I'm pretty sure Tri-Bracelets is the final level of it, luckily. Because, oh my goodness, Tri-Bracelets is a really good item, but dang does it take a lot to get going. Like, damn. I definitely want to take a bit more Pomarola, so I have more of a way of healing myself. Just the passive healing is a big deal. And I think that's what has been helping keep me alive here. I do want to also pay attention to the, like, Bone Tigers. Also a pretty sick band name. Now presenting the Bone Tigers. I guess that's like calling yourself the Bone Zone, but like, you know, the Bone Tigers. It's I mean, vaguely sexual band? Anybody? I mean, I'm sure it would be a pretty small band, you know. Most bands don't make it big, like how most YouTubers don't make it big. It's just an inevitability of popularity. And then in the same right, you know, a bunch of people do make it big. Overall, Unholy Vespers is really doing work here. Like, oh my goodness. It may be Unholy Vespers with the power of like several Awaken revives, but I have no counter argument. That is just exactly what it is. Take a bit more garlic, take a bit more of this, take a bit more of that. Stir it all up in a stew, and suddenly it makes a good, happy lunch. Also, triple bracelet. Actually pretty good. I didn't even notice the chest was there. Apparently I picked it up. Kinda sad, because that could have been an evolve, but whatever. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's the end of the world, guys. You know what? Screw you, game. Like, I get it. Arcana is good. I can't undervalue Arcanas, but also in the same right, screw you, game. Reroll the heck out of that. That was bad. This isn't much better. Increase duration, I guess. Sure, why not? Not like that's particularly, like, gonna bite me too bad in the ass, hopefully? Hopefully? I mean, I have pretty high duration from Awaken so many times. But, like, yeah, no, I hope that doesn't bite me in the ass. I only have to survive 30 minutes. It's pretty much a standard stage. There's guns maxed out if I actually ever manage to max out guns. I'll have 3 extra laser beams, which is kind of cool. It would have been nicer to have 6 or 8. I think that's the total you can have, which on this character is just sick. I thought Croichi was gonna be the highest, but nah, this character really is where it's at for revivals. I guess they're very similar. Maybe Croichi can sneak out 1 extra. Either way, not a big deal. This one doesn't have to level for it, so I'm putting it as top contender for most amount of lives in my book of characters that are decently good in this game. Drago. This is kind of scary. I don't like it here. Without this combo of double knockback super melee supreme, and giving the enemies the triple twist. Also, there's totally like a secret item on this map, and that's where the map is, right? Like that's where the scroll is. But I have to like actively go there, and that's kind of hard, to be honest. So I'm not gonna do that right now. There's Tri-Bracelet fully leveled up. Is it doing anything? I can't tell. You guys tell me. It might be. What's my curse at? 116. Yikes. Yikes. Major yikes. Okay, so I guess I'll go down to practically where the gold ring is. I'm not gonna pick up the gold ring, even if you guys wanted me to, because the gold ring would most certainly doom this run. I don't mean that even lightly. I'm pretty sure it would doom this run immediately, and I would be cast into the pits of hell and die on the spot. Okay, the question mark moves. Maybe that's because it's a boss? Yeah, it feels like a subtly shifting goalpost. Maybe it's just a boss that runs back in a circle around the center. That would make sense. If I keep going straight, then I should come into it. You know, whatever the boss ends up being. If it even is a boss, that is. Can I get guns? Hey, look, I got guns. Who needs upgraded this or that? I have upgraded guns. I'm a dragon with a gun. Well, more accurately, I have 2 guns, or more accurately, I have like 4 sets of guns. I'm being like tapped a bunch. I don't appreciate it as much. Definitely go lightning ring here. I need a bit more crowd control. Okay, instead of going in a circle, it just runs back and forth on the lower level, which is a bit scary that it's an enemy that can move that quickly. Bit concerning. But it's fine. You know, it's not a big deal. I'll make good and do with it. I definitely need something that can buff up the gun's effectiveness, because that or I seriously need garlic to just be carrying its own weight. I really don't like the garlic tome combo. I know some people would probably disagree with me, thinking it's probably one of the stronger combos in the game, but I'm not a fan. I've started moving away from the reliance I had on like melee items, so running 2 melee items together kind of feels kind of weird. Okay, I'm banishing it. I have to. Level 8 box, or level 9 box banished. Pretty good banishment, I'd argue. Better than taking 100 extra curse on my 125 curse already. I don't think I could I definitely couldn't do this on one measly little weapon. Especially not the bracelets. I mean, the bracelets are good, don't get me wrong, but like, they're not one weapon kind of good. Especially not on this character in this environment. Maybe on other maps I can make it work. Especially on this character. I might try that again later on in the future, but for the time being, I'm enjoying my time just using this character. Overall, also, no major complaints. Oh, there it is. It's just a mass of bones. Also, there's the Blue Reaper all of a sudden. So I have a mass of bones, a Blue Reaper, among other things. A bit intimidating, I ought to admit. Definitely don't want to walk into the giant Blue Reaper, because let me tell you from first-hand experience, you do not want to be in that like vat of weird cloud mist. Especially not as any character with any sort of weakness, because that will shred you. Oh, I managed to kill off Blue, or whatever. Luckily, I have a high amount of knockback, so the enemies probably won't get to me. The bone mass is getting so big. It's getting massive. Okay, I have to now try to actively damage it without getting hurt myself. Which, luckily, I do have guns, but if I was like similar to an all melee build, this would be done. There would be no continuing. I would be dead in the water. Dude, it's so big. How big do you gotta get before you're like too big, right? Oh my goodness. The amount of bones. It's massive. I don't think I could even get a comprehension of how big it is even if I ran into the center of it. Which is a bit intimidating, honestly. I can't even try. I would die before I even achieved anything. I honestly have to leave the giant ball behind. I'm sorry. The red skeleton phase really requires me to just not do anything, sit back and just be here. Because otherwise I'm actively running into them. There goes another one of my alives. That's fine. Awake just gets a tiny bit of a boost. Right? Tiny bit of a stats up. I mean, mean, not the end of the world, right, guys? Giant bone mass is getting away. Yeah, I know. Dude, the skeletons make me not want to move. But everything does make me want to move. So it's like, what do? Do I ignore the red skeletons who will obviously just indiscriminately kill me again? Or do I just try to hunt down the giant bone clump? I don't think there's a right decision here. Or more accurately, there might be two right decisions, and either one are valid. There are only 7 minutes left on the clock. I haven't gotten a chest in a while, sadly, though. I guess I could also wait until the giant bone mass just comes around this side again. Just make sure not to get hit, right? Like, that thing shredded me faster than Swiss cheese. Like, dude, that thing shredded me faster than you trying to go for a cheese run in the middle of the night. Like, that absolutely shredded me. You just get absolutely shredded. Red skeletons aren't noticeably being less, you know, of an issue. But that's not necessarily a good thing, nor is it necessarily a bad thing. Here comes the giant bone mass. Luckily, I do have every item up. Just always go tri-bands, dude. And when I don't go tri-bands, go lasers. It's absolutely massive. Oh my goodness. Like, what do I do here? How do I damage this thing even? It's so big. I honestly can't deal with it. Yes, I understand how that sounds outside of context. That was intentional. To get your mind out of the gutter, but then put it back in the gutter because then half my jokes won't make any sense to you. Oh, and it's gone. Is it dead? Nope, it just pulled a full double back. I don't think I can even reach it at this point. Like, do I even have the damage to kill that massive thing? Probably not, but like, I've been trying. Okay, so the tri-band shoots off 3 shots of 4, which is kind of good, I'd say. Or I guess in this case 5, because I have +1 projectile or whatever. I'm surprised by the lack of chests this map, honestly. There's not a lot of overarching chests that were able to upgrade a lot of the items I had. Sure, I wasted like 1 or 2, but like, those 2 chests I guess I made a mistake on are really biting me in the ass, huh? Not like I'm necessarily failing this run at all, but I might not be able to kill the giant bone circle, sphere, whatever you want to call it. And if I can't kill that, then what's the point? I don't know. Giant bone mass circle thing exists, or doesn't exist, it can't hurt me. I mean, to some people it probably doesn't, but to me it is very much a noticeable issue is that a giant bone mass circle thing. I don't know why I call it a circle thing, but I don't exactly know its origins, so that somewhat makes sense and adds up. You know what? Just randomly always. I know limit break is good, but like sometimes you just don't really care what it upgrades. You just want it to upgrade whatever you're using. Well, obviously it's gonna try to do that bare minimum, but overall, I don't feel like most people feel like it's as important as other things. Oh my goodness, giant bone cube. Hopefully my ramblings haven't turned unintelligible, because I am kind of losing sentience and brain cells. I don't know whether that's this or that. Can I please kill the giant bone cube? I know that there are some items and even character stories that are locked exclusively behind the giant bone cube's destruction. Or circle, not cube. Why did I call it a bone cube? Just too used to Minecraft. Everything looks like a block to me now. Even non-block shapes. I'd say this run going pretty well. It's gonna hit the 30-minute mark, but I don't think I'm gonna kill the bone sphere. My sphere of influence isn't gonna change much. But who knows? Maybe I'll manage. It is nice that this stage just gives you a base increase to how much gold you get, and then just drops like a ton of gold for you. It's very useful. Oh, I got killed by the 30-minute mark, not the giant bone cube. Or sphere. What do I do? How do I kill you? Die! Quicker, preferably. Also, what happened to Red Death? Like, actually though, what happened to Red Death? Oh, there it is. I guess that's my problem. I got the 30-minute thing, but I sadly wasn't able to kill the giant cube. So I'm gonna have to do that again sometime later in the future to try to unlock the new item, which is pretty good. Supposedly helps you find out how to unlock secret characters, which I say is pretty good. And very useful for some people who don't look at outside sources for things. Not like I would ever do that at all, ever. Anyway, now that the coast is clear, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. You know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, no, I'm gonna see you guys next time, probably later today, technically. I don't know. It's whatever you comprehend it as. Probably 12, maybe 16 hours later today. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Anyway, love you guys, and goodbye.